time, and slowly the world begins to respond to your effort. Life rewards the one who refuses to quit. The secret to mastery is self-control. Before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself. Before you can command success, you must command your thoughts, your actions, and your time. When you reach that point when your mind gives the order and your body obeys without resistance, you become unstoppable. You no longer waste energy fighting with yourself. You live with direction, clarity, and purpose. The noise of temptation fades, and all that remains is focus. Over time, discipline becomes freedom. It gives you control over your destiny. It frees you from doubt, laziness, and fear, because you know you can rely on your own effort. You don't wait for things to happen, you make them happen. You no longer chase motivation because you've built something stronger, momentum. And momentum, once created, carries you further than motivation ever could. So when you think of wealth, success, or mastery, remember this truth. It all begins with discipline. Not talent, not luck, not chance, discipline. The quiet decision to rise, to persist, to keep your word to yourself no matter how you feel. That decision, repeated daily, transforms everything. When your mind commands and your body obeys, you become a force that cannot be stopped. You become the kind of person who doesn't just dream you do. And that is the mark of true power. Number 4, where attention goes, growth follows. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess, yet most people let it wander without direction. It is like a lens. Whatever you focus on grows larger, clearer, and closer. When that focus is scattered, everything becomes blurry. You lose energy chasing too many paths, reacting to every little distraction that crosses your way. But when you choose one vision, one goal, and give it your full attention, you begin to see progress. Focus is not about doing more. It's about giving all of yourself to what truly matters. Most people spend their days pulled in every direction. They start one thing, then another, then change course when things get hard. Their attention jumps from task to task, thought to thought, dream to dream. They wonder why success feels distant, but they never stop to see that their energy is divided. A scattered mind cannot build anything lasting. To create wealth, peace, or mastery, your thoughts must move in one direction. Focus is what gives power to effort. Without it, even the hardest work is wasted. The great truth is that success doesn't come to those who do the most. It comes to those who stay the most consistent. Focus gives consistency its strength. When your mind is fixed on your purpose, distractions lose their power. You stop chasing what doesn't matter. You stop wasting time comparing, doubting, or hesitating. Each moment of attention becomes a brick in the foundation of your success. You start to notice opportunities that align with your vision, and you begin to act with purpose rather than reaction. Focus brings clarity. It makes your next step obvious. When your goal is clear in your mind, you no longer ask what to do, you simply do it. Clarity sharpens your decisions, strengthens your discipline, and clears the fog of confusion that slows most people down. Every distraction that once seemed tempting now feels small. You see it for what it is: noise meant to steal your time and weaken your will. Protect your attention like treasure, because it is. Your time and your focus are your greatest wealth, and how you spend them decides what kind of life you build. Training your mind to focus takes patience. It means learning to sit with discomfort, to resist the pull of easy distractions. It means saying no when everyone else says yes. But with each moment of focus, your mental strength grows. The mind, like a muscle, becomes sharper through practice. The more you train it to return to your purpose, the less it strays. Soon, you'll find that staying focused feels natural. You'll work with greater peace, think with greater clarity, and move with greater confidence. Focus is not only about effort, it's also about trust. You must trust that if you give your all to one direction, the rest will take care of itself. Too often, people try to control everything, fearing that they might miss out if they don't chase every opportunity, but chasing everything means catching nothing. The focused mind knows that what is meant for you will find you when you are ready. Your job is not to scatter your energy, but to direct it with intention. When your mind learns to hold its course, success becomes inevitable. It may not come overnight, but it will come because every ounce of energy, every thought, and every action is aligned toward one purpose. And that kind of alignment creates power beyond measure. Wealth, growth, and peace follow focus the way shadows follow light. Wherever your attention goes, your life follows. So choose wisely where you aim your thoughts. Guard your focus. Feed it with purpose, not distraction. Let it grow strong and steady. Because when your mind becomes still and sharp, the world bends in your favor. Focus is not just a habit, it is a way of living. And once you master it, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Number 5, the energy of gratitude. A grateful heart is a magnet for abundance. It draws more blessings simply because it chooses to see them. Gratitude changes how you see the world and how the world responds to you. It takes your focus away from what is missing and places it on what is already present. And that single shift from lack to plenty can transform your entire life. When you begin to notice what you have, rather than what you don't, something remarkable happens. You stop feeling trapped. You stop comparing. You stop chasing what others have. Gratitude fills the space where envy and fear once lived, and in that calm space, true abundance begins to grow. When you live with gratitude, you stop fighting life. You start flowing with it. You begin to understand that every situation, even the difficult ones, holds something valuable. A setback becomes a lesson. A loss becomes wisdom. A delay becomes preparation. Gratitude teaches you that life is always working in your favor, even when it doesn't look that way at first. It teaches patience, perspective, and peace. And when your heart is peaceful, your mind becomes clear. You start to make better choices because you're no longer acting from frustration, you're acting from strength. Gratitude also changes your energy. People can sense it. The grateful person carries a quiet warmth, a calm confidence that draws others in. You can feel it in their words, their presence, their way of moving through the world. They aren't desperate for more because they already feel full. And this fullness attracts more opportunities, more kindness, more success. That's the secret of gratitude. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. Abundance comes naturally to those who already see themselves as blessed. The habit of gratitude begins small. It starts by noticing the simple things you once overlooked: the morning light, the taste of food, the laughter of a friend, the strength in your own body. When you learn to appreciate these small gifts, life gives you greater ones. The person who is thankful for little things proves they can handle bigger things. It's a law of nature. Appreciation expands what you have. What you take for granted fades. What you honor grows. Gratitude also builds resilience. When challenges appear, the ungrateful mind complains, while the grateful one looks for meaning. The grateful person doesn't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They ask, "What can I learn from this?" This simple question changes the outcome of every hardship. Instead of being defeated, you grow stronger. Instead of being bitter, you become wiser. Gratitude turns